Assalamu alaikum. Hello, my dear students. How are you? Hope all of you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. This is Mohshin Kabir, lecturer, Department of Biology, Milestone College, Uttara, Dhaka. My dear students, in your previous class, you have learned about the ecosystem, food web, and food chain. In our today's class, we will discuss about some important topics from chapter 13, which is environment of life. So our today's topics are nutrient and energy flow in ecosystem, biodiversity, and the effect of biodiversity to the maintenance of the stability in an ecosystem. After completing today's class, students will be able to learn some important questions. So, the learning objectives of our today's class, students will be able to explain the nutrient flow in ecosystem, explain the energy flow in ecosystem. Students also will be able to learn what is biodiversity, what is energy pyramid, and finally students will be also explain the effect of biodiversity to the maintenance of the stability in an ecosystem. So, my dear students, let's start the class. My dear students, our today's first topic is nutrition and energy flow in ecosystem. Before going to the explanation, you have to know what is nutrition flow. The cyclic movement of nutrient materials in an ecosystem is called nutrient flow or nutrition flow. Here you can see a diagram, the brief chart of the flow of nutrition and energy in an ecosystem. You know, green plants are called the producer of the ecosystem. Green plants produce carbohydrate food through the photosynthesis reaction in presence of sunlight with the help of chlorophyll. A little part of the carbohydrate food used by itself and remain carbohydrate food stored into itself, and through the food chain this carbohydrate food materials transfer from one trophic level to another trophic level. You can see here the herbivorous animal eat the producer or green plant, and the carnivorous animal eat the herbivorous animal. So in this way, the nutrition transfer from one trophic level to another trophic level. But after the death of plant and animals, the decomposers transform the dead bodies into inorganic materials or inert materials, and these inert materials or inorganic materials return to the environment as store of nutrition so that the green plant can use it again. So this is the nutrition flow in ecosystem. Now the energy flow in ecosystem, you know, the main source of energy is sunlight. The green plant used the sunlight in photosynthesis reaction. You know, only 2% of sunlight used by green plant in photosynthesis reaction. Through the photosynthesis reaction, the solar energy transformed into chemical energy. So the energy transformed from one trophic level to another trophic level as food materials. Here herbivorous animal is called the consumer of first trophic level, eat the green plants of producer, and the carnivorous animal called the consumer of second trophic level eat the herbivorous animal, so that in this way the energy transferred from one trophic level to another trophic level as the chemical energy or the food materials. Here also some energy is spent in respiration process, so the energy directly released in the environment. But after the death of the plant and animals, the decomposers convert or transform the dead bodies or chemical energy into the inanimate materials or inorganic materials, and transfer it again to the environment, so that the green plant again use this energy. So this is the explanation of the nutrition and energy flow in ecosystem. Now the energy pyramid. So what is energy pyramid? The chart describing the arrangement of energy storage and transfer of every nutrition level connected to the food chain is called energy pyramid. You know, green plant produce the most of the energy, all the energy produced by the green plant in every trophic level. The 90% energy is reduced in every trophic level. So look at the diagram here. In case of the first trophic level or green plant, the energy is 100%. But in second trophic level, from first trophic level to second trophic level, 90% energy is reduced. Only 10% energy is transfer from first trophic level to second trophic level, and from the second trophic level to third trophic level, here 90% energy is also reduced. Only 10% energy transfer from second trophic level to third trophic level, and finally the energy, only 10% energy is transferred from the third trophic level to fourth trophic level. So this is basically called the energy pyramid, and this is why the green plant or producer take place in the bottom of the energy pyramid, and the topmost consumer take place in the apex of the energy pyramid. Now, biodiversity. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity is the abundance and variability among the organisms existing on the earth. In this picture, you can see the varieties of species. In at present, about 13 lakhs of plants, animal species, and 4 lakhs of plant species already discovered in the world. So these varieties or differences between all the plant and animal species are called the biodiversity. Biodiversity can be divided into following three categories. One is species diversity, then genetic diversity, and ecosystem diversity. So first one is the species diversity. The difference in different issues of a species from the other species is called species diversity. You can see here, a deer is distinct from a tiger in size, habits, ferocity, number, mode of reproduction, etc. Now, the genetic diversity. The differences between the members of the same species in many issues is called genetic diversity. For example, there are different races found in human being. About 700 crore human beings live on the earth, but two human beings are not same in appearance, in characteristics and structures. So this is basically called the genetic diversity. Now, ecosystem diversity. The variety of biological communities or ecosystem in a given area is called the ecosystem diversity. In a small pond ecosystem, the habits of the plants and animals are different than those in a river ecosystem. This is the ecosystem diversity or ecological diversity. So our last topic of today's class is effect of biodiversity on the maintenance of stability in an ecosystem. The components of the environment are deeply interrelated with each other. So every components of the environment are significant for the stability of the ecosystem. For an example, once there were innumerable oysters in the coast of Chesapeake in the United States of America. They could purify the water of the whole locality in only 3 days, but now 99% of those oysters have been extinct, so that the rest of the oysters cannot purify the water of the locality even by a whole year. So the water decreasing, the oxygen level of dissolved oxygen level of water decreasing day by day, and water becoming muddy. A mature toad in a day can eat the amount of worms and insects equal to its body weight. These worms and insects cause the harm to our cultivated harvest. Because of pesticides, toads are being killed. Now, birds play a significant role in pollination. We know that owl, eagle, vulture, and raptor are predator birds. By eating rats, they keep the number of rats under control. An owl can eat 3 rats in a day. If vulture, raptor, and crows would not clear the dead and decaying organic matters, the world would be covered with them. This is why no organisms can be considered unnecessary. If any organisms is extinct from the environment, the stability of an ecosystem is destroyed. So, for the sustainability of the ecosystem, the role of biodiversity is unquestionable. So, my dear students, these are the basic topics that I discussed in our today's class. I hope all of you understood all the topics. So, my dear students, some homework for you from today's discussion. Our today's homework is draw the brief chart of the flow of nutrition and energy in ecosystem and submit the homework to your respective SW group or to your respective subject teacher. Yet, if you have any questions regarding today's topics, please ask your subject teacher. Thank you for being with me. Stay home and stay safe. Allah Hafiz.